Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Maternity Diary. Today I will be talking about a very serious topic, and it is the warning signs of postpartum that you should not miss. And we are live. Hello, yummy mummies and mummies to be, yummy daddies and daddies to be. Welcome to the Maternity Diary. So, your body goes through a lot of changes, and by body, I mean, as women, we go through a lot of changes when we deliver babies. And some of these changes and signs that we go through include bleeding, constipation, hemorrhoids, um, sometimes even swelling, belly cramps, perineal tears, and sometimes pain and discomfort. There is nothing that hurts me more than seeing that a mother has safely delivered their baby. They come home, and after a few days or few weeks, we hear that the mom suffered from postpartum complications and passed away, leaving their baby. Honestly, that's really is painful to hear. And sometimes it's just because we underplay certain signs that we see during this period. So I believe that it is really important that we learn about the signs and symptoms of health complications associated or that could be associated with postpartum. Another thing that I always can't get my head around is why are there so many prenatal visits and just one postnatal visit for the mom, and that's usually 6 weeks after giving birth. And usually it's even just to check if let's say if you gave birth through vaginally, if you are healed and maybe your uterus is in place, if you gave birth by cesarean section, if the healing is like as to what is expected. And it really surprises me. I'm not saying that we should have as many postpartum visits as prenatal, but still I think that just one postpartum visit is not enough, and we need more of that. So we need to advocate for that. What do you think about this? Tell me in the comment section if you think this is something that is really important that should be considered. There are some complications that can cause serious life-threatening health complications, and sometimes it's only because we are not aware of these symptoms. We are not aware that we should be looking out for these symptoms. So I think it's a topic that is really important and dear to my heart and needs to be shared more so that we can save the lives of as many mothers as possible so they can enjoy their babies to grow up. Okay, so the first warning sign I will be talking about is bleeding. Okay, so if you're a guy and you are watching this, it's not like it's absolutely normal to bleed a few weeks even after delivering. Okay, it's normal to be bleeding as if you're in your period. It's absolutely normal. Okay, but what is abnormal is if this bleeding is heavier than normal. And by normal, I mean that you're filling up the pad every hour. You have to like change the pad or whatever you're wearing to protect yourself every hour. You need to do something about this. You need to call your doctor, go to the emergency, call 911, because this could be a sign of a very serious issue. Usually it could even be like severe hemorrhage. Okay, for me, let me see, I think when I had my second baby, after I pushed, I remember, even though I wasn't in a great state at that time, I remember I was still bleeding after they had like sewn me up. I, after they had like stitched me up, I was still bleeding, and so the doctor tried to re-stitch me because she thought, okay, maybe they didn't do something right, and she tried to re-stitch me, and I was still bleeding. So at that moment, they realized, no, we have to do something about this, and so they actually gave me an injection to stop the bleeding from the inside. So this is something that we should really, really look out for. Like, if you're a woman after you give birth, please pay more attention to yourself. I understand it. You can be so tired and you're not even having enough sleep, let alone to even notice some of these signs. So for me, I actually had a notepad that I used to write how many times, like let's say I'm changing my pads. Okay, if there's any symptom I'm seeing that I think this is different from the usual, I used to write it down. And I think it's very important that we take this seriously. Another thing that is associated with the bleeding is heavy clots. Like, clotting is normal during bleeding, okay, but when these clots become as big as, let's say, the size of an egg, you need to go to the emergency immediately. There was a time I remember I saw like a clot. It wasn't as big as an egg, okay, it was like half the egg. And in fact, you should see me, I laid it on my on a tissue, took pictures, tried to like take a ruler and measure how long and wide it was, just so that I was sure that like I was I was safe. Okay, so it's really, really important. Another sign to look out for is changes in vision. If you begin to suddenly feel dizzy, massive headaches, like you begin to have pain in your upper right chest or even your upper right shoulder and then your upper right belly. Sorry, this is my right, so I meant upper right chest, upper right belly, upper right shoulder. If you begin to have pain over there, please rush to the hospital. This could be a sign of postpartum pre-eclampsia, and if you know what pre-eclampsia is, doctors take it really, really seriously. So you should take it seriously as well, because it could be a sign of that, and that is very life-threatening. Also, if you have sudden weight gain, like it's normal to gain weight even after giving birth because you're breastfeeding, you're eating a lot, but if the weight is sudden or all of a sudden your leg begins to swell up, please call your doctor, run to the emergency immediately. It's really important because there's also another sign of pre-eclampsia associated with postpartum. Another one that is really important is if you have chest pain or you begin to cough a lot or you have shortness of breath, please do call your doctor, because this could be a sign of pulmonary embolism. Another thing that usually we don't take seriously is feeling sad after delivery. I mean, it's normal to sometimes feel sad. It's not intentional, like you're just sad and you begin to feel like a bit of sadness after giving birth. You know, it's a bit normal. It's actually called the baby blues. It's normal to have these sadness like a few days, but then if the sadness is more than 10 days, please, 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 please call your doctor, because this could be very dangerous. Usually we overlook this sign. It's really, really dangerous. Okay, call your doctor. It could be a sign of postpartum depression, and you cannot take postpartum depression lightly at all. The last but not the least sign to look out for is if you have a fever over 38 degrees Celsius or 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, because this could be a sign of infection within your body. And usually fever is associated with when your body is trying to fight off some infection or something. Like, please quickly go to the doctor. And usually, like fever, we don't even think that, oh, we have fever, because we are not even checking our temperature. For me, like, I remember I wasn't checking mine anyway, but I was always checking like my son's home. So I take the thermometer, and it's something you should have in your homes. It's really important to have the thermometer in your home because it could be a lifesaver, and you need it for yourself as well. You need to be checking yourself every day to be sure that like you are, because sometimes you like the outward symptoms of fever like sweating and feeling chilly suddenly, sometimes you don't get that. Okay, so it's very important that we pay attention to this. So I hope you learned something new from this video. If you're a man, please do share this with all your female friends, with your wife. Please share it because you may be saving the life of a loved one. Okay, and if you're a man also, I think it's really good to keep these symptoms at the back of your mind and help your wife or your partner to monitor these signs when they have their babies. It's really important. And please, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. Let me know in the comment section if you learned something new. Please don't forget to show me some love. Like this video, because liking my videos actually help me. Okay, so please like the video, share with your friends and family, comments in the comment section, and I'll be glad to respond to you at any time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, you know what to do. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay beautiful, and remember that God loves you. See you next time. Bye.
I'ma live my life like it's my last day. Live my life like it's my last day.